Were men ever all bad? This is a interesting question. So I'm watching this video here by this woman, Roma Army. Now you could argue that she's a chameleon. She wants attention, and she's got some she's got some faults, I guess you could say, or she's got some questionable behavior. She posts selfies and stuff, and she's got, she's wearing these tank tops and stuff. But I appreciate the fact that she's standing up for men. I appreciate what she says. I appreciate the content that she puts out. Her words are pretty positive. This one is I'm a little on the fence with this one, though. You know what? We'll just go ahead and watch it. I'll just watch it and we'll respond to it.
Before I continue this video, I just want to say that in my entire career, I have never watched a video that has made me want to fight the person more than this girl.
Today's episode of What the Fuck Can I Say to Piss Little Pee-Pee Boys Off? Ladies, we need to talk about the fact that we need to stop with this hashtag kill all men bullshit. We need to stop with recording our stories of how a man has hurt us or multiple men have hurt us and posting it on our social media. Ladies, we need to stop playing this goddamn nice game because men have made it very, very clear that they do not care. They have made it very clear that they do not plan on changing. They have made it very fucking clear that equality is not a motherfucking option for us ladies. But you know what is an option? Revenge.
Okay, so first of all, women post stuff like that for attention. That's why they do it. I'm not saying that women are not hurt. I'm not saying that women are never oppressed or abused by men. There are asshole men out there. That is not, debatable. There are asshole men out there. There's abusers, there's users, there's chauvinists, there are misogynists, there are really asshole men out there. That is true. Now, do I believe all the stories that get posted on Twitter and Facebook and social media that these women are telling these stories about how they were abused here and there? I don't believe a lot of them. I think a lot of them are just lies for attention. That doesn't mean I'm throwing women under the bus. I would like to give them the benefit of the doubt, but I don't trust liars. I don't trust people who have been proven to be deceptive and manipulative. Do I think all women are like that? No. But I think that it's very beneficial for women to be like that because it's profitable to play the victim. And this is what modern feminism is founded on, playing the victim for the benefits, right? I agree objectively with first wave feminism, and I always have. I've always agreed objectively with first wave feminism. Women should have the right to be free, the right to have freedom of choice, the right to do what they want with their bodies up until they get pregnant. Then they lose their right because what they have in their belly at that point is no longer part of their body. It's a baby that needs your body to survive. It's not a parasite, which is a sick, evil, twisted, insidious word to call a baby in your belly a parasite. Sick and evil. And also any woman who would kill their child outside of a child created from rape is sick and evil. Okay? Any woman who would kill their child, even if it's a one-night stand and you don't want the child and you're too young, you guys, your whole life ahead of you, I get it, but it's sick and evil to kill your own baby. Maybe you should have used prophylactics, maybe you should have got on the pill. Okay? I don't agree with second wave feminism. I don't agree with third wave feminism, okay? Because these were radicalized. The ideals and the tenets in these waves of feminism were not right, okay? I agree objectively that women should have freedom. Now, what they've done with that freedom is part and parcel to what she's talking about. All this oppression narrative, all this victimhood narrative, all this gaslighting that women do on social media and elsewhere, okay, this is a problem. This is what women have done with the freedom that men have given them. And even the way that I say the freedom that men have given them, that might not even be the right, correct way to even view it. Because, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. Basically, because the argument is, were they really ever enslaved? That's the question. But let's go on.
It is time to turn the tables. Hashtag fear all women.
Honestly, how dare you?
Okay, I mean, that's very, fear all women. I mean, this woman is very vitriolic, very vengeful. That's a serious thing to say. I mean, women are out there really trying to insidiously harm men, and that woman is a proponent of it. Now let's hear what Roma, I don't know if her name is Roma Army or if that's just her little handle, but let's hear what she has to say as a response.
You have your own head shoved so far up feminism that you can't even see what's going on in the world. April 24th, it's been around for 11 years. This is the first year that we saw hundreds of thousands, if not millions of men standing up against rape culture. Or how about my community, the biggest men's rights community?
Yeah, there's no such thing as rape culture. That's not a thing. That's not real. So I don't think I really agree with Roma here. This might be subtle gaslighting. I don't know if she's intentionally doing it, but see, this is when, I made a few videos in my past about chameleons, women who pretend to be red pill, pretend to be, I don't know if even pretend is the right word. They deceptively use the red pill to either promote themselves for attention or kind of subtly promote a undercurrent of their own little kind of twisted feminist, So Roma Army here, she doesn't throw away the idea that rape culture is real or not. She doesn't disqualify rape culture. See, I have a problem with that because I don't think rape culture is real. That term rape culture, I think it's a sick and twisted term that is used to, again, build up this concept of toxic masculinity. Again, build up this concept that men are inherently oppressive, and that's a sick concept, which is what radical feminism is founded on, and that's what I have an issue with.
On social media in the world, here's my community responding to a guy who's being sexist towards women. All of their comments are incredibly supportive. Or how about us responding to the girl that said that men should be able to hit women? I don't see what you're talking about. Men are changing. You just don't care to see it.
Okay, see, now that's kind of gaslighting as well. Men are changing? Well, that implies that men were messed up to begin with. That's wrong. I don't see that. I don't see that there was ever a conspiracy on all levels by all men everywhere to oppress women. I don't see that. Historically, men and women have played roles for survival. Maybe the man was the provider and the woman was the nurturer. This is a role. Now, what feminism did was it questioned these roles. The only reason feminism is allowed to flourish as it has is because of the Industrial Revolution. Period. Let me repeat that. The only reason that modern feminism in general, the feminist concepts that we all have, the feminist groups, etc., the only reason it's been allowed, or I don't even like to use that word allowed, the only reason it's flourished is because of the Industrial Revolution. Why? Because the Industrial Revolution made life a lot easier for pretty much everyone on the planet. The Industrial Revolution was a turning point, a major changing point, probably the biggest in history, okay, for the entire world, for men and women everywhere. It massively changed everything. Before the Industrial Revolution, the expected age of death was drastically lower than it is now. Now I think the average is like 75, something like that, 72 or 70, around there. Just 150 years ago, the average age of death was like 45. Okay, that's an insane change. Why did it happen? Because of the Industrial Revolution. It made everything easier. It conglomerated trade. Okay, it all these new inventions, such as the steamboat, the train, locomotive, planes, cars, automobiles, all these things in addition to the Industrial Revolution, which caused corporations to flourish, companies, all these things that came together to enhance trade, enhance world trade and world collaboration of goods. All these things made life easier. And if it wasn't, there would be no need for feminism. Why? Because people would still be in survival mode. I don't believe that there was a worldwide conspiracy to enslave and oppress women. Do I believe that it happened? at the hands of men? Yes, I do. But I don't believe it happened on a large scale. I don't believe it was every man. I don't believe that. Humans and men are just not like that. There are kind, good people out there. Do I think that it was a lot more oppressive before feminism? Yes. Do I think that modern feminism has done some good in that regard? Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. It's done a great deal in that regard. However, I gotta stop you at second wave feminism. We gotta pump the brakes at second wave feminism. Why? Because second wave feminism dealt with promiscuity. Second wave feminism took away and removed the social stigma for promiscuity. Second wave feminism popularized abortion. Second wave feminism came up with the concepts of toxic masculinity, which is an erroneous concept, and it came up with the concept of a rape culture, another erroneous concept. Second wave feminism not only brought in promiscuity and removed morals, personal morals for women, it simultaneously attacked masculinity, attacked the concept of male leadership, attacked the concept of men in general. Our very nature it attacked. Third wave feminism enhanced all of that. Third wave feminism took it to a whole nother level. So you see, I don't like Roma's verbiage here when she says things are changing. Well, okay, things are changing, but in what way are they changing? Yes, first wave feminism and you know, when it comes to stopping women from being oppressed by certain men who generally were oppressors, yes, it did a lot of good. But to say that things are changing and then framing it in the context of rape culture is really not helpful to men, because that implies that, again, men have a toxic nature which wants to rape women. That's sick. Culture is something that comes from accepting practices. Culture is an acceptance of practices. We could say there's a KKK culture. We could say that there's, in some places, there's racist culture. We could say that, you know, culture, there's cultures of crime in certain areas, things like that. It's something that's accepted behavior. There's no such thing as a rape culture, and there never was. Meaning there's no areas in certain states of certain places in the U.S. or other countries that, well, maybe in other countries, but not in the USA. I think that there is some rape culture in the Middle East. I've heard of things like that, where there is rape culture, where it's actually accepted to rape in some countries. So some cities and some countries, raping is even pedophilia is somewhat accepted. That's a culture, but rape has never been a culture in America, to my knowledge. I mean, maybe someone can point that out, but I've never heard of it. I was never taught that. I've never read anything like that. A culture is something that is accepted by a group of people as a common practice. Rape has never been accepted as a common practice in the USA, to my knowledge. Okay, maybe historically in some areas there's been some real messed up cities and messed up countries and real sick, evil kind of cultures where something like that might have been accepted. I don't know. I've like I said, I've heard of it in certain countries in the Middle East, but never heard of it anywhere else. Never heard of it in the USA. So to say that a rape culture and then say things are changing, that implies that men, our nature used to be messed up, and feminism saved us and blah blah blah. So really, she's actually kind of hyping up feminism. So is this woman Roma, is she really is she really for men? I don't know. Maybe she's somewhat for men. Maybe she's 50% for men. Maybe she's 70% for men. But she's still 30, 40, 50% for feminism. And again, I have to check anyone's, motives if they are really a proponent of feminism, because anything beyond first wave feminism is radicalized. Anything beyond first wave feminism is detrimental to society. Anything beyond first wave feminism is negative towards male nature, negative towards masculinity. So I got to question her, and I've actually been watching a lot of her videos lately. And I'm somewhat, she's very popular, and I'm somewhat, dubious on her, on her ultimate scheme here, her ultimate hubris, if you will. Anyway, just want to point that out, put that out there. This is just a response to that. Appreciate you guys listening. Jay Lee, Northwest Podcast. Peace.